The crossroads gate was locked. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it. Eagerly, Ember left the birds behind, glad to be free. The traveller whispered, "Used to be a river all round here. Watched the birds build the dam night and day. Took them forever, they had no clue what they were doing. It was hilarious." It was a dock, but the water wasn't high enough to use it. It was an abandoned boat, sadly stranded in the mud. Ember was at the entrance to a dark cave. The smell of stale water oozed out, like it had once been flooded, but now was bone dry. The forlorn was not the same as the others, flinching at Ember's approach. The stranger spoke. "I don't want your help. I'm not ready to let go of how I'm feeling." With regret, Ember moved on. Excitedly, the stranger said, "Look, it's Iron Claw. Friend, this crab is the terror of the marsh. Together we can trap him. I've got a plan. Been waiting for someone to help. You help me, and I'll help you. Try lowering the crab over here with the chum in that bucket. He's not got eyes in the back of his head. Crab is all yours. Didn't plan any further than this. Look at that claw though, friend. Could do some real damage. Crab is all... Look at that claw though, friend. Could do some real damage. Crab is all you... Look at that claw though, friend. Could do some real damage. Ember uncovered a journal entry. I dock my boat at the final harbour. Soft drips dripping over slick black rock. Something hisses from the dark. Hidden away was a scrap of journal. The snake is drawn to the light. They are not so fearsome after all. I think they mean no harm. Ember thought of the pigs from the marsh. Someone had tightly sealed the dam's mouth. Ember wondered what secrets it might spill. Ember found a scrap of journal. In the dark, I slip and stumble, land hard upon my knee. Without thinking, I reach for an absent hand. The stranger pondered. I just wanted to fix things, to help get the water flowing again. But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. The bellows breathed life into the fire beneath the boiler. But it would take more air to fully stoke the fire. Oh, that did something. I think there's one more of those valve things. I can't believe you did it. I hope we don't get in trouble for this. What a satisfying rush the dam waters burst. Ember really did hope they wouldn't be in trouble. Hidden inside was the wanderer's journal. Alone I searched, I swallowed hesitation, and at last the doorway opened. But beyond there was nothing. I did not understand. With everything flooded again, Ember wondered if now they could reach the entrance of the cave. Freed from the mud, the boat looked inviting. The boat was a perfect fit for Ember. It felt like they were on the right path at last. Inside was a secret diary entry. And so it goes. We try, we fail, there is nothing more. Home is not as I wished. Hope, do not believe in false hope. The passageway was dark and eerily silent. Ember wondered why the dam had been blocked. There was a space in the frame for something to fit. It looked like the crystal could be turned, but the handles were retracted. As the gate opened, a thought occurred. What was the gate keeping locked away? A lost message was inside. The embers rush past in a blur. They must not know what awaits. Poor, foolish little embers. A few trip and falter, grasping for a reason to stop or turn around. Ember had found another unlit campfire at the heart of the cave. The ghost said, "Speak and I will listen." This is the cave of regret. Fear would not allow hope to find a perch here. You must not lose hope, or you too will turn forlorn. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them. Not far from this campfire, a path runs north. Where the pathway ends, a forlorn lies helpless. The stranger whispered. "Seen one just like you around here a lot. Creepy that one is, peeping out, watching you." "Yeah, watching you. Specifically you." Ember felt pity for the skeleton, without a flower to mark their grave. Ember had nothing to offer. The stranger had misplaced a memory. They tried to remember but found more voids. Only the shape of the thought remained. The stranger looked around fearfully. I stayed in the nest too long. The stranger seemed troubled. I ran away from those birds, but I can't find the end. The Forest King offered me a feather. Maybe I should just take it. The stranger muttered, "Another lanthorn player. Well, I'm not falling for that again." Ember found a secret note from the wanderer. A few embers flock together. Together we linger. Together we could be a beacon, a lighthouse. A shadow moved in the distance. Ember hoped that it was a trick of the light. The creature's body slithered between the rocks, seeming to never end. The stranger was wary, coiled and tense. The dark had gifted them friends in the past. The dark had stolen much more. Would this new light do the same? The stranger whispered, "I'm so tired. Do you know the way?" Ember found a lost message. I cannot move on, but I can protect others. We would be comfortable here, happy one day. The stranger was tired of pretending. They'd never have made it on their own. Fortune had always favored them. they deserve to make it this far? The stranger spoke simply. "Thank you." Terror gripped Ember suddenly. Fear overwhelmed them. The splintered plank was all that remained of Ember's boat. They sat for a moment and despaired. Perhaps the Forest King was right. There was no hope here. A discarded builder robot. The poor thing was rusted in place. The builder's thoughts were stuck in a loop, turning slowly to rust, only the echoes for company. Disconnected gears in their head turning round and round. Each unshared moment went the same. Lost and uncared for was a dim glow. The years of loneliness had warped the builder's feelings. Perhaps they should be alone. spent with others felt like a false memory. Soundless days measured piece by piece. Who's there? I can't see. It's dark, I'm ever so afraid. Keep talking to me, please. My eye. The feathered ones did this to me. It's been so long since I've seen anyone. Since I've talked to anyone. I can feel the warmth of the sun on it. An outside place. It's okay if you don't want to help. But it would be so nice to see what you look like. It was wonderful to meet you. Don't forget me, please. The others never came back. Inside was a scrap of journal. A rusty bucket rattles in the depths, a meddler from a bygone time. They want to be helpful, piecing together the wood and the gears. I ensure they do not see what they build. The builder took a moment as they tried to focus their eye on the small blue figure in front of them. So that's what you look like. I don't know what I expected, but you have a kind face. Sorry, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable. It's just been so long since I've seen anyone. I've never been good at talking to others. You seem different somehow. Wait, how did you get here? Oh, that's unfortunate. You'll be stuck here without a... The builder seemed to have an idea. You know, maybe I can help you. This is so exciting. This is what I was made for. It's been so long since I made something for someone. Ember watched in amazement. Could I get your input for a moment? The scraps of broken wood and metal were being transformed. Could I get your input for a moment? Whatever the builder was making was nearly ready. I really sorry it's a bit rough around the edges. It's definitely seaworthy. You hate it, don't you? Ember stood in stunned silence. That is such relief. Really warms my pistons. I'm so happy. Oh no. I'm not. Well, that's very kind of you. Truly, I would if I could. But if you see any others, perhaps ask them to visit the builder. Ember would come back if they could. Perhaps the builder just needed more time. Oh, hello again. Hope you're doing okay. It's so nice to have my eye again. The caves, just as I remembered. The dank, the gloom, the grey walls, the grey floors, the darkness closing in. Home. Just make every single one the same, they said. A boat is a boat. He actually said that to me. A boat building... Imagine their faces when I made my first duck boat. A boat is a boat. How about duck boat? Their faces. I'm not good with others, but perhaps I should have known not to trust the birds. They were always so mean and cruel, and perhaps that should have been a hint. The snake is misunderstood by everyone. They're just a giant metal snake drawn to the light, destroying everything in their path. Why are people so quick to judge that giant reptile? What it means to have my sight returned. To finally watch the sunset again. I've never seen the sun set in this dark cave, but I could. Don't forget me. It was so nice to meet you. The boat was a little unconventional, but Ember already loved it. tremendous, terrifying shape slithered from the shadows. The snake's body coiled around the forlorn like a scaly shield. Held within the cage was a crystal prism, once bright, but now dulled. The stranger was so lost. Curling and coiling, lost forever. The stranger looked at Ember with relief. I tried to go back, but I just went nowhere. Time to go forward, I think. The Wanderer's Diary. No more lanthorn tunes. No more confrontation. Hazy faces put aside, none need face the end.